and welcome to the Sade Fashions channel. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I kind of chose doing samples, my own samples, and started sewing. So when I first started my business in 2011, I actually did a lot of business overseas in China, Vietnam, you name it. I've probably done business over there. So if you don't know, the way the manufacturers work is you have a sample fee and you have a salesman sample fee. Well, the sample fee is always more expensive than the salesman sample fee just because it requires the pattern making, review of a tech pack, and just the initial design of whatever you want the manufacturer to design. So it takes a lot more, it's more time consuming and it's a lot more detailed than your actual salesman sample. Your salesman sample is just your finished prototype of what the actual sample was. So if you do a t-shirt and the size was off, or the color was off, or the zipper was crooked, that sample is given to make all the corrections on that sample so that you get ready to go in mass production, or you want the actual finished product, you will piggyback off your sample product. So it's always more expensive for the sample product. Like I said, you have to have a pattern. The pattern can be very intensive. So you have to really make sure your sample is the best so that your prototype or your salesman sample can actually be your finished product. So, of course, doing the sample would be a lot more expensive. It would be anywhere from double the price would it be for the actual salesman sample. So what I decided was, okay, how can I cut out the price or cut down costs of my budget for the year if I can just do it myself? So I've been sewing all my life. I actually really started getting into sewing when I was in middle school. I stopped sewing once I joined the military and I went to college. I went to college online, and I kind of just didn't really want to do with the labor intensive part as far as doing the sampling. So that's why I turned to doing a manufacturer. But after doing business with overseas manufacturers, I decided, hey, let me step in and cut out half the cost than it would, keep going overseas or even in the United States. So a lot of my samples will cost, for a simple dress or skirt, can cost anywhere from $50 to $150 just for a sample, because once again you have to do the pattern, you have to do the actual sample piece of it, and after that then price will be cut in half. So if it's $50, it'll probably be $25 to do a salesman sample. So I decided, hey, let me start picking up some sewing, getting back to sewing, and cutting out the middleman, which would be doing the samples. And I have came to find out that it's been doing very, very well. I've cut down maybe 60% of my cost with just doing it on my own and doing my own studio in my own studio. So now I do my sample, I do my tech packs, and as well as I do my patterns. So I do everything. The only thing that my manufacturers now do is take my sample that I've created as well as my patterns, send them to them, and then they go ahead and mass produce. They're good for if I barely made the pattern how I want. I got the vision down of my design, but the finishings on it may be wrong. They're perfect for going ahead and finishing that finished product. So I love just me being able to do it on my own and having a manufacturer to actually finish the complete product. And again, I get to cut down a lot of my costs just by doing that because I'm doing my own samples. So if you want to know more about how I got started or patterns or anything else that has anything to do with fashion design, stay tuned and subscribe to Sade Fashions channel.